Assignment statement. Assignment statement is a statement that consisted of two sides, right-hand side and left-hand side. They are separated by assignment operator, which doesn't mean the arithmetic equality. It consisted of taking the value of right side of the assignment statement and store them in the left-hand side of the assignment statement. To understand the concept of assignment statement more, we're gonna have examples on assignment. Our first example is them number as integer, number equal 5. The first line declares the variable number as integer. Then we assign the abstract value 5 to the variable number. Our second example is them number 1 as integer, them number 2 as integer, then number 1 equals 5 and number 2 equals number 1. The first two lines declare the variable number 1 and variable number 2 from type integer. In the third line, we assign the abstract value 5 to variable number 1. In the fourth line, we are assigning the value of variable number 1 to variable number 2. In this example, the assignment statement right side contains a value from a variable. Our third example is them name as string, name equal label.text. In the first line, we are declaring a variable name from type string. In the second line, we are assigning the value of text property of label1 to the variable name. In this example, the assignment statement right side contains a value from property, which is the property text of label1. Our fourth example is them number as single, number equals 7, number equal number divided by 3. The first line declares a variable number as single. The second line assigns the value of the abstract value 7 to the variable number. The third line reassigns the value of the variable number by using an expression which is number divided by 3. As you can see here, we can declare the variable number in one statement specifying single data type and a value of 5.3. So we can declare a variable and assign a value to it in the same statement. Them number as single equal 5.6. So we do the two steps, declaration and assignment, in one step. From previous examples, we can notice the following. 1. You can make assignment for variables during the declaration or at a later stage. As we took in last example, we declared the variable and assign a value to it on the same step. Them number as single equal 5.6. But in example number 4, we declared the variable and then assign a value to it. Number 2, reassignment of variables can be made many times so that variable called it because of the variation of its values at any time during the execution of the program, which means we can assign more than one value to the same variable during program execution. 3. The values assigned to variables can be abstract values as we took in example number 1, and maybe they are variables as we took in example number 2, or property as we took in example number 3, or maybe they are an expression which we took in example number 4. 4. The assignment operator doesn't indicate the arithmetic equality. It means the right side value will be stored in the left side. Assume we have an assignment statement x equals x plus 1, where x in the left side represents the variable or storage, and x in the right side represents the value. If we assume that the value of x equals 5, after the assignment operation, x becomes 6, as a result of adding 5 plus 1. Till now we talk in chapter 1, VB programming data types, variables, declaration of variables, naming of variables, assignment statement, and how to assign values to variable. Now we're gonna learn using variables, in which we're gonna use all of the above. To learn how to use variables, we're going to write the programming code for a program which will keep records for employees' data. Here we're gonna enter employee name, date of birth, his gender, male or female, number of his family, and then press save. All of those data should be displayed on label 5. What we're gonna do is to write the programming code for this program under the button control, as the program is gonna work by click on the button or by firing the click event. So right click, view code to move from the designing view to the code view. Okay, here we have to select button 1 and the event is click. Okay, so here we are in the public class, which is form 2, its programming name, and we're gonna write the code under button 1 underscore click. First of all, I have to declare my variables. How many variables do we have? We have a variable for representing employee name, another one for representing date of birth, another one for gender, another one for number of family members. So we have 4 variables. I have to declare 4 variables to represent changeable data during program execution. What I have to do is going back to the code window, start to declare my variables using the word them, giving a name for the first one, which will be m underscore name as string, as we're gonna enter letters, them m underscore date of birth. Remember, there shouldn't be any space, as date. Okay, number 3, them gender or m underscore g, which represent gender, as Boolean. We have a choices with yes or no, Boolean. Okay, the last one, them m underscore family, number as integer. Okay, what did we do here is to declare our variables. Then we have to assign a value for each variable, which is gonna be done by writing m underscore. We're gonna write an assignment statement on the left side. We're gonna put our variable. On the right side, the value is gonna take here we're gonna take our variables from control properties. Employee name, or first variable emp underscore name, will take its value from this textbook's text property. How we gonna write it? Emp underscore name equals text name txt underscore name dot text. Okay, our second variable underscore date of birth equal. I'm gonna go back to the design view to check the programming name for this date time picker, which is name date time picker 1. We're gonna copy it back to dot text. Enter. The last one is the Boolean value. For assigning a Boolean value, we have to choose between two values. So for the time being, we're gonna use an if statement simple code, which we're gonna take later on in more details. But till now, I need to assign two values for the same variable. So I'm gonna use if statement f. I'm just using if statement here to assign a value for a variable from Boolean data type. That's why we're gonna use if statement. So we're gonna write if checkbox or the radio button, this radio button for female هو radio button 1 dot checked equal true. Then m underscore g equals true, else m underscore g equals false. Okay, then we're gonna assign then end f. After ending the if statement, we're gonna assign a value for our fourth variable, which is m underscore family number equals txt underscore number dot text. Okay, what did we do here is to declare our variables in the first step and then assigning a value for each one of those variables. If the programmer would like to write a comment for himself or for documentation or for just keeping comments for himself, before writing any comment we have to use the keyword rem or REM. Okay, you have to note that the comment will be written in green to be differentiated from the programming code. We're gonna write rem variables declaration, and here we're gonna write rem variables or assigning values. Okay, we can use apostrophe or rem, يعني both of them are the same. You can use the keyword rem or apostrophe. Okay, the last code, which is using variables, using variables. Okay, I need all of those data to be displayed on label file. So we're gonna write me here representing our current form, the form I'm working with, this one, me dot label 5 dot text. The value will be displayed, or the text will be displayed on label 5, which is in the current form or me يبقى me dot label 5 dot text equals okay our first variable, which is m underscore name and m underscore date of birth and m underscore gender and m underscore family member. And now we are done with our programming code, so we're gonna run our program, okay, by pressing F5 or the starting debugging button and start to add values. Ali, choose any date of birth. It's gonna be, for example, okay, and he's a male, his family members are 2. Press save. Okay, here the data are displayed on label 1 on label 5, but they are displayed on one line. We need to make each one on a separated line. We can do this by stop debugging firstly, then we can use a function called VBC LF. Okay, write this function after each variable. This function is responsible to create a new line for each value, as we will see later on. Okay, and we should have a space. Okay. Now we're gonna try this one. Okay, adding a data, Doha. Date of birth will be okay. She's a female. Her family members are 5. Save. So each data now is written on a different line.